multiple stopwatches hanging from your neck, or 3 timers running on your watch, and there your client or a student taps and everything is lost. Duration and latency shouldn't require so much guesswork. TallyFlex lets you track as many timers as you want in one app with proper safeguards for when things get messy, no math at the end, and no lost data. This video covers 2 timer-based recording methods, duration and latency. Same basic flow, tap to start, tap to stop, with smart safeguards to prevent common mistakes. I'll show you how to set up both, use them in a session, and review the data at the end. Now let's add a skill. To keep it simple, let's call it on task. You can adjust the abbreviation as needed, and you can set the color that you want. Let's set the recording method type as duration, and here is the key setting, minimum duration. So for this example, I'm going to set it to 5 seconds. So any occurrence that is below 5 seconds is going to get automatically discarded. This setting keeps your data clean without you having to think about it. Keep this as skill acquisition, and the goal is to increase. Save it. And now let's do the same for latency. Let's add a behavior. I'm going to call it task initiation, and I'm going to use red. Set it to latency. Here is the smart feature, maximum latency. Set this to, say, 30 seconds. If you forget to stop the timer, it stops automatically at 30 seconds. This prevents one forgotten timer from throwing off your average, keeping your data useful. Let's save it. And now we are ready to start a session. New session. Next, let's select only those 2 that we just created, on task and task initiation, and start a session. Now let's see how they work. Let's start with duration. Tap once to start timing, and you can see how it shows the time increasing, and tap again to stop it. You will see the total so far at the bottom, and if you see the behavior occur again, all you have to do is tap again, and it starts counting that occurrence. For those cases that are less than 5 seconds, the safeguard is going to discard those automatically, and you can see how the total didn't increase. Now, latency. You tap it when you give the instruction, and you will get a visual indicator of how long until the maximum that you configure. And when the student starts the task, you tap it again, and it counts that occurrence. Now, since we configure it to have a maximum of 30 seconds, once it reaches that point, if we haven't stopped it yet, it will stop itself. Once you finish the session, let's see how the data looks like. You have the visual timeline of all the occurrences where you collect the data during the session, and you can adjust it however necessary. Quick recap, when to use which. Duration, how long did the behavior last? Used for tantrums, on task time, engagement. Latency, how long until they responded? Used for compliance, instruction following, skill acquisition. Both has safeguards. Minimum duration prevents accidental blips, and maximum latency prevents forgotten timers. Your data stays clean. That's timer-based recording, duration and latency. The safeguards are what makes the difference. You are not managing a stopwatch anymore. The app handles all of that for you. Next video, interval recording, partial and whole interval.